Good evening. Good evening. CoachingU4U here. My name is Annette, and I am here at CoachingU4U. Thanks for joining us this evening. I want to tell you that I'm looking forward to this short motivation clip tonight for myself, as well as the opportunity to share it with others. Tonight, we're going to talk just a little bit about us and when we're in a storm and what that means and how we deal with it. But before we do, I have some incredible shout outs to make tonight. The first of which is to congratulate John Pack and Naya Brown on their engagement. They were engaged in Greece last night, I believe, and they are getting ready to do, something really incredible. I believe in love. I believe in the power of love. I believe in marriage. I believe in commitment. And I'd also like to take this time to shout out Trenton Waves and Christiana Sasso for giving me the opportunity to interview with her on Tuesday. I just want to say thanks. It meant a lot. And what we talked about, I think, relative to love and commitment was really important. You don't hear a lot of that too often. Shout out Seafood Bar and Grill. Sakina Iman put her foot in the potato salad for the family reunion on Saturday. And Saturday, we had a phenomenal time. Many of us came together and had sack races and fell in the grass. Hint, hint to Mrs. Mitchell. You know who you are. You're going to go viral. I'm just waiting for the right time. That's my cousin Lynn Gaskins Mitchell. She was in the sack race along with Commissioner Freeholder, Commissioner Samuel Frisbee, and they both ended up, well, they started out in the lead and ended up on the ground. And one of them are in denial, and you'll find out who that is soon. But at any rate, I just want to shout out Sakina Iman, you did a fabulous job. To my soror and sister friend, Sheila Campbell, I love you. Thank you. Excuse me, my allergies are in rare form tonight, as I expected they would be with the changing weather. I'd also like to shout out Dreams Ice, Tamara Lee, phenomenal job. Laval Jumps, thank you. DJ Swell, great job. Um, let's see who else. I don't want to miss anybody. Karen Brockington for her phenomenal macaroni salad. She does a great job. And she was a vendor as well. Kim Turner for always showing up and showing out and supporting us and supporting our family. Actually, Kim is a part of our family. And so I just want to say thank you. I'd also like to thank Elisa's Catering. Thank you, Elisa. We loved you and we enjoyed your food. Thank you. And the lemonade was just all that, all that. Just a great job. So thank you to each and every one of you for helping make our family reunion, family and friends annual reunion a success. To Beverly and Darrell Davis for the phenomenal t-shirts. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get started tonight. I am Annette. I am here at Coaching You for You. Thank you for joining us this evening. As you know, our disclaimer is we don't know everything. We're sharing our experience, strength, and hope. So I want to talk about a little bit about and share with you some food for thought that always begins with God, always begins with a God, always ends with God. He's in the beginning, He's in the middle, He's in the end, and He's all around it. So Thank God for the storms and thank God for the rainbows, all of them. In our storms, we have gone through so many storms, all of us, and we all have storms, every single one of us. We have storms, we go through storms. There are people who would like you to believe that nothing ever happens with them and they're just doing great in everything they do. And God bless them. And many people are doing great, they're doing phenomenal. But everybody has storms. Everybody. We all go through something. And so I just want to leave you tonight with several things. And as I stated earlier, our disclaimer is we don't know everything. We know some things. We have some experience, strength, and hope to share. And we'd like to share that with you tonight. And the first thing is everything begins with God. I choose God. Whoever you choose is all right with me. What doesn't apply, please let it fly. The first thing in the storm that we must realize is the reality of whatever it is we're going through. Allergies, my apology. Whatever it is we're going through, we have to accept the reality of it. Being in denial about our storms won't make our storms go away. It won't. Storms come and they go. They come and they go. It's a part of life, it's a part of human existence. Storms happen, and it's really okay. Just accept the reality in it and understand that none of us are perfect and we all go through some things. Every single one of us. We go through things. And we have to understand that a lot of our storms are beyond our control, even once we start them. Don't miss that. Some of the storms we encounter, we start ourselves. And once they get started, it's hard to control them. One of the greatest superpowers we have is to understand and recognize the people, places, and things over which we are powerless. That's important. It makes a difference. It helps us grow. Understanding that even in storms we create, there comes a point when those storms spin out beyond our control. They really do. Remember that. Accept the reality of everything that you go through. And the other thing I want to tell you is that I'd like to offer my condolences to anybody who's grieving from a loss. And I want you to know that that's a part of getting stronger and getting through our storms, the ability to grieve, to accept the reality of what we're in, and to grieve. Grieving is not exclusive to death. Grieving comes with any loss that we've had, whether it's a death, whether it's the loss of a relationship, whether we have lost money, whatever it is, the grieving process is real and it exists for a reason. It's a journey. Take the journey, not the shortcut. It is a journey, it's not a sprint. Accept the reality of where you are. Grieve it all the way through. All the way through. I'm sharing my experience, strength, and hope because I've been in situations where I've lost people, places, and things, and going through the grieving process. And I'd like to thank Reverend Maynard wherever she is tonight for helping me do that because she handed me some books that absolutely made a difference when I was grieving. Number three is don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes, our ego gets in the way and we're a little afraid to ask for help when we need it. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And never, ever in a storm, be afraid to offer assistance when and where you can. That's important too. Be willing to help somebody else. And whenever and however life offers you joy, take it. Take it and go with it. Take it and go with it. I was having a phenomenal conversation today and spending some quality time with somebody I'm getting to know. And I'm telling you that they're 100% right. When and where you find your joy, just take it. It's okay. Life offers us so much in the way of storms that when it rains and sprinkles just a little bit, we get jammed up. But I want you to remember that we've been through so many storms. And listen, you don't have to take my word for it. Look back over some of the things that you've gone through. failed relationships, difficulties on the job, difficulties in your family, difficulties with your money, difficulties in your love life, something we all encounter. No relationship is perfect. I don't care what Facebook presents to you or Instagram for that matter. There are no perfect relationships. There's good relationships, but there's no perfection. So always be willing to ask for help and to offer help when and where you can, and to accept your joy whenever it comes in. You know, joy comes in the morning. It'll be all over in the morning. I'm telling you, if you just trust God, take it easy, and believe in the process, you're going to be all right. You can look back and see that things you thought would kill you, you have in fact survived. Up to this point, no matter where you've landed, everything that you've gone through, you have survived. Check your negative thinking. It's our stinking thinking sometimes that gets us in the most trouble. And remember, hydrate, and remember, it's the spirit you feed that grows. I love coconut water. And hydrating is important. Remember to hydrate, eat fruit, moisturize your feet, whether you're a man or a woman, and mind your business. It's good for the soul. Check your stinking thinking. A lot of times we get caught up in, oh, if I coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, well, we didn't. And here we are. We're in the midst of a storm. And the thing we want to do is to be able to roll out of it and be okay. And I promise you, if you trust God, if you adjust your thinking and understanding that the reality of whatever you're going through is the reality of it. Even if you think it's unfair and you don't belong there, accept the reality of where you are, where you've been, and how much you've come through. It's important. It does make a difference. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. You know, storms will come and storms will go. People, places, and things you will encounter in your life. Some of them will be good. Some of them will be bad. Some of them will start out okay. And then some of them will end up absolutely insane. And you'll be trying to figure out how you got there. Don't worry about it. You're in it. And the reality of it is you're in it. And however you got there, trust God and roll with it. Grieve it and see it all the way through. I can't stress that enough. And more important than anything else, please learn from it. They say that if we don't learn, we're doomed to repeat. I had to repeat some things in one particular situation because, number one, I didn't accept the reality of it. And number two, I didn't learn from it. And I didn't accept what was right before my face. Being strong does not mean we don't need help. We all need help sometime. Reach out to people. Learn the people you can trust, with your deepest and darkest secrets. Those things matter. They absolutely matter. You have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to be open and honest about what you're going through. And listen, I'm not perfect. My life is far from perfect. I have had some tremendous tumbles and stumbles. And I'm so hard headed that sometimes I stumble over the things that's behind me. I have to learn. Learning is from the cradle to the grave. None of us are perfect. Some people get in certain positions and say, actually, I learned that a long time ago. Well, good for you. Because there's some things I learned a long time ago too. And then there's some things that I still have to repeat. You'll get that on the way home. There are things I still have to repeat. And it's because of who I am and where I come from and what I believe in. I just believe that there are good people on this earth. I don't think everybody is a hustler. I don't think everybody is a bad person. I just don't. There are some pretty, grimy people, and they have a circle all of their own. But everybody's not bad. There are some good people in this world. There are over 7 billion people in this world. And no matter what you're going through, no matter what storm you're going through, if you're in a bad relationship, that's a storm. Accept the reality of where you are in it. There are people who believe that because they've been together forever, they should stay together. That's not true. That's not true. You got to know when you're in a storm and accept the reality of it. And if you choose to live in that storm, then rejoice and be glad in it. I can't think of one storm that I've ever been in that I would want to stay in. But to each his reach. And what doesn't apply, please, absolutely feel free to let it fly. So let's review that again. We start with God. We always start with God because He's all over the place in it. And whoever you choose as your God is all right with me. I choose God. I believe in the cross. I am a believer. And I'm quite happy about that. Grieve your process all the way through. Don't take any shortcuts. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to offer help when and where you can. And offering help does not give you the right in disagreement to badger people or to speak ill of them. There's nothing good that comes from that. Be true to yourself and be true to the people that you call your friends. That seems to be one of the hardest things to do in the world. Can we normalize just being loyal to our friends and the people we love? Can we normalize that? It really is okay to do that. But in the midst of a storm, remember that, just as life offers storms, it offers joy. It offers joy. Everything is not a storm. And some storms we create ourselves. And we have to remember that no matter where those storms come from, once we're in them, there comes a moment when we are absolutely powerless over them. Take your time, do it right, when and where you can. Just walk through it. That storm, I don't care what it is, whether it's your children misbehaving. For those of you who have perfect children, skip this part. But when our children are misbehaving, those are storms for us. When our mates are misbehaving, our husbands, our wives, those are storms for us. But no storm lasts forever. And if you believe that and you trust God and you take it one day at a time, and you do everything you can to learn from your past, live in the moment, and prepare for your future, every little thing's going to be all right. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be all right. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening. Storms come and they go. And we've been through so many storms. Appreciate the rain when it happens. It's all right. Be good to you.